Now, you might already pay a subscription to listen to music or to stream your favourite shows on TV, but imagine paying a monthly fee to drive away in whatever car you want. Car subscription is the new on-demand alternative to owning or leasing a car. And here to tell us how it works and how it can save you money is Rebecca Michael from RACQ. Rebecca, good morning to you. Is it as easy as a Spotify or Netflix subscription? Just explain, how does it work?
Well, Georgie, car subscription really is the Spotification of vehicle access. For one monthly payment, a motorist can drive a new or a late model vehicle with all their maintenance and running costs included except for fuel. But the real game changer is that you can swap that vehicle multiple times to meet your needs. So you might have a small, fuel-efficient car for that Monday to Friday commute and swap it out for that bigger four-wheel drive for those weekend camping trips away.
Is it getting much interest? How's it faring here in Australia?
Well, we can see that we have at least one service that's launched in Brisbane of all places as its stepping off point, and we have another couple to launch as well shortly. But what we see is that there is a huge amount of interest in this overseas, and with most types of, or the boom of the subscription industry, we expect that there'll be a significant uptake in Australia.
A lot of this will probably come down to cost. Just explain how much it costs and what are the pros and cons?
Well, flexibility is the biggest advantage of a car subscription. So starting at about $220 per week, you don't have any lock-in contracts or cancellation fees. And this means that you can get that vehicle at a cheaper price. But it also helps you to actually try before you buy. So unlike those 10-minute test drives at a dealership, you can drive and compare one or multiple cars over the course of a month. On the downside, though, you do have to pay for fuel, and you also don't get to own the car no matter how long you subscribe for it.
So how does it compare to actually owning a vehicle?
Well, the biggest disadvantage of owning a vehicle is those huge upfront capital costs. So even at the lower end, you're looking at about $15,000, which is out of reach for a lot of people. And on top of that depreciating capital cost, car owners also have to pay for maintenance and running costs, including fuel. So even at that lower end, starting about $232 per week, we know that that's actually for like one of those lower price cars, and the costs go up significantly from there. But the advantages are that you own that asset and you don't have any limitations on its use.
OK, and how does it stack up against those who pay for a car loan?
Well, a car loan can help people overcome some of those high entry costs into purchasing a car, but they will do incur interest, and that will really add up. We also know that some loans actually have early penalties for people who want to get out early, and this can limit people's flexibility to sell their car. And finance cars can also attract a higher insurance premium, which can really drive up those weekly costs.
All right, and against renting a car?
Well, like car subscription, when you rent a car, you pay a fee, usually per week or per month day, and it starts at about $180 per week, and you only have to pay fuel on top of that. But that's where the similarities end, because with car rental, generally you have a lot more restrictions on use, and it also attracts a high security deposit and also high insurance excesses in the event of an accident.
All right, and just finally, for those who are trying to work all this out, where do they go to get more information?
Well, like subscription services, streaming and mobile phone plans, we now have a number of options available. So to consider those options, we say to people, or to evaluate them, do your research, actually know your budget, consider what the vehicle needs to do in your lifestyle, and read the fine print. As a general rule, for flexibility, you will pay more, but for many people, the advantages of that are absolutely worth it.
All right, and no doubt there's a pretty fancy lineup of vehicles you could go for. You got a Mustang amongst them?
Actually, there is.
OK. All right, we will leave it there for now. Interesting. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's an interesting one that is on the rise.
Yeah, apparently so.
Sure.